This is Kevin Min with Outside the Games. Welcome you to our show. We're here in the state of Washington, covering a student athlete. Do hashtag student athlete strong. We cover Oregon, Washington, and California, and nationwide, talking to student athletes all over, highlighting the person and the player, highlighting the student athlete itself. Well, our program is sponsored by Body Armor. Body Armor, an essential sports drink for student athletes today. This is about empowering the athlete, obviously taking in good nutrients, and something like Body Armor Light. The light version is something that does do that. Hashtag better sports drink, hashtag hydrate correctly. This is a drink that will give you potassium, minerals, and really give the student athlete the nutrients to go ahead and keep performing. But we'd like to welcome Caleb Kwalalon to our show, class of 2021, running back from Curtis High School. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Nice to have you. Well, we talk about, Caleb, family life and football, and that's what we're discussing here.
Yeah.
But we start off with family. How would you define family for you, for Caleb?
Well, family to me is being loyal and having like a balance where you have a support group and everyone just works together and support each other.
That's good. Loyalty is important, right? Loyalty is important. Now, you have mom and dad. Mom and dad, they played different roles in your life. Start out with dad. What is it about dad that he has these characteristics about himself? What is it about dad that helps you be a better person and player?
Well, he tells me what I need to do, and then he works hard, goes in and out to support the family, and that really stands out to me.
It's kind of the eye test, right?
Yeah.
You get to see what he does, and that really gives you motivation to really want to measure up to your dad. That's a role model for you. Let's talk about mom. Mom is different, right? So they each play different roles, different characteristics about themselves. They have different personalities. What is it about mom where she's different and she's able to help you as a person and player, student athlete?
Well, my mom, she's straight up with me all the time.
Keeps it real.
Keeps it real 24/7, and she tells me what I need to do and how I need to do it, so I just have to listen to her. And then she works hard, so it shows me how to do what I need to do in school and sport and outside of all that.
So both of them provide that example for you in what you need to do, right? They put it all out there.
Yeah.
Are there times that they have to kind of straighten out Caleb a little bit here and there?
Of course.
Right, right. that happens. You're a person. You have personality too. Well, talking about family now, with your mom and dad, being that they play the different roles that they have, why is it important to have that good family structure? Why do you think family means so much to a student athlete and a player in person?
Well, family means so much because when you're at school and you're going through everything, like having to work and do all that and then play sports, your family's really in your corner to help support you and be there for you when you need them to talk to about anything.
Yeah. We talk about mentorship on the program as well. A lot of times with mentorship, you look at mentors, they help the student athlete, the person and the player, navigate through muddy waters. They help them get through certain adversities, trials, challenges along the way, right?
Yeah.
And this is the mentors that maybe are your parents, maybe they're not. Maybe they're an extension of the family. But tell me who your mentors are, Caleb, and why.
Well, for one of my biggest mentors might have to be my older brother.
Oh, okay.
He played running back and he knows the game more than me. So when we sit down and talk about it and see what we need to do, then I can actually understand the game way more than I do now.
Yeah, now your brother's how older than you?
My brother is 7 years older than me.
Whoa,
Yeah.
7 years older.
Yeah.
So the words of wisdom that come from his mouth
Yeah.
mean a lot because he played the position and he was a student athlete too.
Yeah.
Does he work out with you a little bit too?
Well, he works out a lot with me, yeah.
Okay, all right. What other mentor could you say that is in your life that helps you out?
A mentor probably he's like a family friend, like Justin's dad, Jason Brennan. Yeah.
Okay.
He always be helping me, showing me stuff. Yeah.
Taking the time, right?
Yeah.
That's the
Taking me places. And
taking you places, take the time with you. That means a lot to a student athlete and a person. Support, right?
Yeah.
It's about the support. Let's talk about you as a student now. Here at Curtis High School. Now, interestingly, we learned a little bit about Curtis High School. Obviously, the grades, there's a Curtis Junior High School.
Yeah.
Their grades are 8th through 9th.
Yeah.
And then there's this thing where you go from 9th to 10th. So it's like freshman year in a junior school. Now you're going to high school your sophomore year.
Yeah.
Take me back what that time was like. I mean, you have orientation. You remember orientation, coming to Curtis High School. What was it like going from a freshman in junior high to now a sophomore in regular high school?
It was way different because at the junior high I was so used to everything, like all the teachers and everyone. And then coming up here for orientation, the school was big and I didn't really know where to go. So it was kind of confusing at first.
Yeah, I mean, now the first thing I think you learn is really where's the cafeteria, where the food is at, right?
Yeah.
But really, you have to navigate classes. I mean, things can be so big. You got to go, like, and I hope that they try to get the periods and classes together to where they're next to each other, because who would, want to travel a long distance to go to another?
It is not next to each other.
It's not next to each other.
No.
Okay. So there's a challenge there.
Yeah.
There's a challenge there. So talking about your school, I mean, really let's talk about the classroom, right? The classroom for you is, where does Caleb Kwalalon sit in the classroom?
Well, usually I'm either in the front or like right in the middle.
In the middle?
Yeah.
Why not the back?
Well, because like in the back, I don't really have good eyes. So
Okay.
I can't see that well, so I have to sit up front or in the middle.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Do you find it that the teacher appreciates that when you sit in the front, and me being a student athlete too on top of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. About you being a student, now, for you, let's talk about the teacher, okay? What kind of qualities do you think the teacher has to have in order for Caleb to be a good student? What kind of qualities do they need to display in their classroom?
Well, they gotta be understanding, because like not everybody can catch on to what you're teaching them quickly, so they have to have time to be able to like show you. And if they do that, then it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what is a student? What does Caleb have to do in order to help the teacher be successful, you think?
In their class, I have to be quiet, like respectful, and then I gotta be a leader around the people around me.
Yeah, because now you're going to be a junior.
Yeah.
So it's not like sophomore or freshman year. Now you're a junior, and so now you have to take the lead, and that's important to do. Is Caleb a good test taker?
Well, it's like
It's a struggle.
yeah.
A little struggle. Yeah.
I'm not really.
What about it is struggle?
Well, it's just like if I have a long test and I have to take all that time to do it, then in the beginning I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool. But then when I start getting further into the test, then I start slacking a little bit. So I got to work on that.
You're working on that.
Yeah.
Preparation obviously is big. I mean, just like if you were to prepare for a game, your assignments, obviously preparation in the classroom is a big thing too as well. For you, what was one thing that you could pinpoint that was really difficult? Let's just say a student athlete challenge. What seems to be really difficult when you talk about having schoolwork, playing football, practice, and home life? That's the real deal. What seems to be the student athlete challenge with that situation?
The biggest challenge might have to be like balancing out my time with school and then playing
Time
sports.
management.
Yeah, I need to work on that because football takes up half my time, and then school takes up another, and then family, you have to go home.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, being a former student athlete myself, you found it that, practice and school, right there, you're tired.
Yeah.
Now you got to find energy to deal with practice now.
Yeah.
But then you get home and you have homework.
Yeah.
So now you have to find an extra set of energy just to be able to go, okay, I got to get this homework done.
Yeah.
Is that kind of a tough thing for a student athlete, you think, today?
I think that might be one of the toughest things, like studying at home after you came from practice and school. Yeah.
Yeah. Talking about, the Curtis High School, what do you appreciate about Curtis High School that they've given to you as far as opportunity?
Curtis is giving me an opportunity to be able to play, and then like if I mess up in school at any time, they get to talk to me and like show me what I need to do better in school. Yeah, so they're really there by my side.
They have things put in place for counselors and,
Yeah.
and assistants, right? To help you. In fact, you told me just a little bit of that about where the counselor was kind of doing some helpful things for you
Yeah.
to kind of guide you into the classes and prep you for your junior year, your class.
Yeah.
Yeah. let's talk a little bit about your situation here. When you look at the school, and you're trying to say prepare yourself for football. When you look at football as obviously something that you love to do, you love to play, how do you motivate yourself to go to school every day and to deal with trying to handle football and football practice? How do you motivate yourself?
Well, like I see people like before me who've done it, and when I watch like their film and them talk about their life and the struggles they went through, it motivates me and like telling me that I can do that.
Right.
Yeah. So I always keep that in my mind.
Always a reminder for you that you can do it. You just got to focus. Right?
Yeah.
Let's discuss 7-on-7 for you. Now, 7-on-7, you didn't do much of that. Okay. But how do you feel about 7-on-7? There's a lot of people doing 7-on-7.
Yeah.
A lot of high school coaches have said that, 7-on-7 is a waste of time. It's not good for, first of all, the coach is trying to teach you things, and they feel that when you go to 7-on-7, it removes a lot of things that this coach had taught you. How do you feel about 7-on-7 when you have heard about it or seen it?
Well, I think 7-on-7 is a good way to like play the sport that you love without having to like get really injured. So you're working out with the coaches there and you keep in shape for actual football season. So I think that's really a good way.
Yeah, no, important. Now, you did a lot of showcases. That's how we got to meet you. You did a lot of showcases, a lot of camps. How helpful are these showcases and camps for you as a person and a player?
They're really good. Like when I go to them, I can see myself and see like what I really need to work on, the stuff that I'm struggling with at the camp or the things that I'm good at and that I need to work on more.
Yeah, no, it magnifies it, doesn't it? It magnifies it as far as what strengths you have, what weaknesses you have. What seemed to be a very good camp or a showcase that you attended this year?
The Avery Strong camp, and then I attended another camp in Portland.
Northwest Best Showcase?
Yes.
Yeah, so that one was a lot of coaches there.
Yeah.
And Avery Showcase had a good meaning behind it. Obviously, what Brandon Huffman is able to do with that foundation. But you played with a lot of good athletes too. The competition was up there, especially Northwest Best Showcase. What do you find helpful for you though when you attend those showcases? Do you feel that you've accomplished everything that you needed to accomplish when you're done with them?
No,
you're not satisfied?
No.
Why?
Because I feel like I need to do more and get where I really want to be. So when I do those camps, it shows me that there's more work to be done.
And interestingly, how time management, we talked about from the student side, time management also kind of gets into the sports side as well, right? Do you find yourself maybe finding out what workouts can help you to be a better athlete? Are you looking at ways that you can do that, and the weight room is your friend?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's look at your year here at last year for Curtis High School. You was a running back, class of 2021. Now I understand that Curtis had lost a lot of seniors. That 2019 class was just huge for Curtis. Now you're dealt with the situation. The landscape's a little bit different. A lot of younger student athletes are coming up playing football. Tell me what that change has kind of been for you, seeing that a little bit.
The changes is something like I have to get used to. So when I see the younger kids, but they're putting in hard work, so I have to respect that.
And give them the encouragement, right? You motivate them as much as you can, because it could be one of those are blocking for you, right? What about your quarterback this year for Curtis? Was he a senior this last year, or what year?
He was a junior last year, Kyle Russell.
Wow, okay. So he'll be a senior this year. That's important. And you being a sophomore, started varsity, got a lot of playing time. So you both have this chemistry that you've built up together, right? What makes that important between a quarterback and a running back, that chemistry?
Chemistry is very important. on the field because you have to know your quarterback's weakness, and then he has to know your weakness and your strength, and y'all got to work together.
What about your offensive line? Man, those guys, that offensive line, they're important.
Very. I love my linemen because they're the only ones really up front blocking for me, and if they don't block right or they do something wrong, then I'm the one that feels it too with the rest of the team. So I really love my linemen.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's always that first, second, third tier. You got the first tier, obviously the defensive linemen. The second tier, the backers.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times when a lot of scouting is done from other opposing teams, they look to see who is the better player, who do we need to take out, and make it hard for them to make Curtis struggle. Do you think that's something that opposing teams are going to be doing this year against you guys?
Yeah, I think that's what all smart teams really do. So our coach is going to have to watch film and see what they need to tweak, so we don't really show our weakness.
Right. What is your position coach? You use a running back.
Yeah.
Man, you're given the ball. You have to grind. You got to know the plays. What has your position coach meant to you to help you in your position at running back at Curtis?
My running back coach, Joe, he's also a mentor, kind of
Okay.
So we work on a bunch of stuff like cutting because he knows I need to work on that, and then speed. So he's always there by my corner and calls me and tells me all you need to get to working and all that. Yeah.
And is there something about vision when you talk about a running back trying to find the holes or trying to find that little tiny quick second burst to blow through either those linebackers or to get past that secondary to get to the house? Is that something that you think is important, vision as well?
Very important.
Yeah.
Because the game is so fast, you need to have that vision to be able to know where you need to go to get to the end zone.
Have they? Sometimes running backs are put in a situation where they're handed off the ball, but sometimes they're put in a receiving situation.
Yeah.
Has Caleb had an experience with receiving passes?
Yeah, I've had a couple, but it wasn't really that big because we had good wide receivers for last year, so I didn't really need to catch the ball like that.
There may be a little bit more this year, right?
Yeah.
There may be a little bit more this year. We'll see. How do you feel about your coaches here at Curtis High School? What is it about these coaches that help you get better off the field and on the field?
Well, the coaches here, I love them because they stay by my side, and they're like a family kind of base over here. So you can be open with them, and then you also learn the game with them.
Important. A lot of film room.
Yeah.
Film sessions, right? Is that something that Coach Joe, you mentioned, your running back coach, is that something that he emphasizes?
Yes.
A lot of film sessions?
A lot. If I'm not on huddle or if I'm not watching film, he calls me up.
What are you doing, Caleb? Yeah. Do you guys have a lot of team-oriented sessions together in film?
Yeah.
Well, you break it off by
groups.
By groups,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes coaches will let somebody know when they missed an assignment, right?
Yes.
Does some of that come to you too? You think?
Yeah, of course. They're honest with me, and when in the game, you don't really see a lot of the mistakes you're making because the game's so fast. But when they break it down to you and you really see it, then it shows me what I need to do.
Yeah. So take Curtis last year and what you guys had to kind of work. You had a big, heavy class of 2019. Did you get everything you wanted to get out of last year, do you think?
Well, I can never really be satisfied with, but it was
a tough year.
It was a tough year. We got far. We made it to the playoffs, but then it was heartbreaking at the end. We didn't get. Yeah.
This year, though, has the team got together? Now, summer workouts come here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Has the team got together to talk and maybe get together to scrimmage together, or done some things, or talked a little bit about some of the goals for this year? To change some of that. Obviously, you're losing a heavy senior class, but have some of these younger players and some of these other players that are say juniors now going to be seniors, have they kind of taken the role to kind of say next man up mentality and really look after this team?
That's pretty much what they're all doing because they know we have spots that needs to be filled, so they have to step up.
And they want to. I think their goal is to make it to playoffs and really make a dent in playoffs. They want to make an impact there. What seemed to be your most difficult game last year?
Most difficult game? I'd probably have to say Sumner
Ooh.
Yeah, Sumner was probably one of my most difficult games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about them?
Well, they're very physical, and
Okay.
like I love that too. So when I go up by the linebackers and they're all coming, I love to get a little hit in.
There
Yeah.
you go. Love contact,
Yeah.
right? Love contact. Now, looking forward,
Mhm.
do you think the coaches changed some things from last year to this year? Is there always sometimes new wrinkles
Yeah.
that they add a little bit to the new group, especially now that you lose a senior class? Now you got younger student athletes, younger class coming up. Do you think they changed some things a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. Like I can see it when we're at practice. They try to work around like how our team is different from last year and this year. So they try to work around it and see our strength. Yeah.
What is Caleb's goal? And we'll take, first of all, the goal for you as a student. What's your goal this year for your junior year as a student? Tell me what your goal is to do.
My goal this year is just school, focus on that, most important, because I can't really get nowhere else if my grades aren't right.
You've been told that.
Yeah.
It's serious. And, you know, outside the games, I've seen many examples of that to where ones, if they don't have that GPA, are struggling. They don't, the less opportunity or no opportunity at all.
Yeah.
So that's important. What about as a player? Goals does Caleb have this year? You know, had a good year last year personally, statistically wise, but this year's a little different. What is your goals this year for Caleb on the field?
My goals is to, on the field, is really to get my speed up, because I'm fast, but you can always get faster. And then my vision needs to improve, but about it, yeah.
What do you think about your defense? What do you think about Curtis High School's defense? Last year to now this year, what does it look like?
Honestly, our defense probably be good this year.
Yeah?
I think so, yeah.
They're hungry. They're hungry. They want some takeaways.
Yes, they do.
They want some turnovers.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Well, I tell you, you know, if you're just joining us, this is Caleb Kwalalon, class of 2021, running back for Curtis High School here in WIAA conference in the 4A and division. He's really looking forward to this year, obviously prepping in the classroom, getting ready for his junior year, and then also summer workouts coming up here ready for his team. Well, I tell you, Caleb, it's been a pleasure to have you on Outside the Games. Wonderful to talk to you as a person and a player. I tell you, it's been amazing.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, yeah, you bet. But we're not done. We have this thing, my friend, called the Quick Blitz. We always want to know a little bit more about the student athlete, okay? So I know, be ready here.
Yeah.
First question, favorite food?
Favorite food probably be steak.
Steak!
I love steak. Steak and ribs.
Steak and ribs.
ribs.
Is there
Yeah.
actually a good place around University Place here by Curtis, some close by with good steak and ribs?
I don't really think so.
No?
Yeah, you gotta kind of drive.
Gonna have to. Well, you have to drive, or you're cooking it on your
Yourself.
dad's
Yeah.
cooking it, right?
Uh-huh.
He's putting it on the grill. Favorite dessert? Oh, I wanted to go back though. The steak, is it well done or is it pink?
Well done.
Ah,
Well
okay.
done.
No mad cow disease for this guy. That's right. So let's go on to dessert. Favorite dessert?
Cheesecake. I love
I
cheesecake.
get a lot of that.
Uh-huh.
A lot of cheesecake fans. Naked with no berries, or do you like berries on there? Or
There
something?
can be berries.
Can be berries.
It don't
on
really
It's gotta be
matter.
cold.
Yeah.
Gotta be cold. Good. Favorite musical artist, Caleb? Come on now.
My
Favorite musical artist you listening to?
It has to be Meek Mills.
Meek Mills.
Yeah.
What's favorite track that you like from Meek Mills?
Dreams and Nightmares.
Dreams and Nightmares.
Because he plays and like I know all the words to all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that now? Tell me this: is Meek Mill something that you have in your earphones ready to go before game?
Of course.
Ah, okay.
Always.
That's his prep. That's his
Yeah.
prep. His game prep. Okay. Speaking about music, we asked the student athletes, what do they prefer? Headphones or earphones? What do you prefer to listen to?
I think like headphones.
You like headphones?
Yeah, because
What
it cancels out the noise and I get it focused
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And visualize the game.
Meek Mill is on that track.
Of course,
right?
yeah.
Right? So that's good. PlayStation or Xbox? What do you prefer?
PlayStation. PlayStation,
Really?
yeah.
Okay. He likes his PlayStation. What is your tag handle? I know you got a tag handle.
It's JSav74.
Yeah, I knew there was one. You gave me this look like you didn't have one. I knew you had one. Favorite cleat to wear?
Adidas.
Adidas, you like that 3-stripe?
Yeah.
Okay.
3-stripe life.
All right. How about this one? Favorite shoe to wear?
Favorite shoes? Well, I love Jordans.
Ooh, okay. So there are a lot of Jordans coming here with me. There are a lot of Jordans to choose from. What is Caleb's favorite Jordan to wear?
The 11s. And
how did I know? Yeah, how did I know?
Yeah.
11s? Concords.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had to travel to a destination spot in anywhere in the world, Caleb could choose anywhere in the world, what would that destination spot be?
Ooh, I haven't thought about this.
Anywhere in the world, my man.
Brazil.
Ooh, nice one. Rio. You take it to Rio, Brazil.
Yeah.
There we go. That's strong. Last movie you saw in a theater?
The End Game.
Ooh, nice. 3 hours, my man. You didn't drink anything. Did you?
No, I was focused.
You were focused.
Yeah.
Focused, exactly. If Caleb Kwalalon had to choose any car he wanted to drive or SUV, what would Caleb show up in? I know it's got to be good. Kind of, I could tell.
Oh no, like it's hard because there's so many options. I used to love Bugatti.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just different.
All right.
They had a music video, I remember, when they first came out.
Yeah, I do remember that. So the Bugatti? You stay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. You like those tinted windows?
Yeah.
Rims. Good system.
Yeah.
You taking some teammates with you in that car?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's get serious about a couple things here. One is, if you were running late, Caleb, to anywhere, you had to be somewhere on time,
Yeah.
and you needed to communicate that you're running late, would you communicate by text or a call, and why?
I'd probably call.
Why is that?
It's faster, and then you can talk to them and tell them what you need to do. But if you text, some people might not receive or get the
Message.
Yeah.
Well, Caleb, I got one for you. We know politically there's a lot going on. Economically, there's climate change. A lot of people in the world today are struggling with something. If you had an impact in one thing that you could change in the world today, Caleb, what would that one thing be?
Probably have to be poverty.
To make a difference, yeah? Yeah, I see a lot of that. How would you help?
Well, I travel different places and then send food or bring packages and just take care of the people who are in need.
Good point. Good point. For you, if you were in a situation, let's put it this way. Say you were observing a student younger than you at Curtis, and you felt that he was struggling with something, he or she was struggling with something, right? Because you can kind of tell if you're observant enough, you can tell. How would you be able to help a person like that? Maybe you saw that was struggling with something. What would you help them with?
Well, I'm an easy person to talk to, and like my teammates know that, or people around me know that. So if I see someone struggling with something, I'll like go over to them and talk to them without hesitation and tell them what's going on. How can I help them?
Let's go. Okay, that's a good point. That's really good. The support is huge.
Yeah.
Here's one: Apple or Android, and why?
Apple. Yeah.
Have you ever had an Android phone?
Nah.
Okay.
So,
Why Apple?
I don't know. It's just easier. Everything's right there in front of you.
Emojis.
Yeah.
FaceTime. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I got one more question for you. Okay. And I know you'll get this right because you're going to be a junior.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what would you prefer? So think of that. What would you prefer? Would you prefer putting on headphones that one side of the headphone goes out and you're listening to Meek Mill?
Ooh.
Or would you rather be on Outside the Games show?
Outside the game.
There it is. There it is. That's right. Caleb is smart. Don't get fooled by this guy here, because he is ready to really grind. I think he's really to grind in the classroom.
Yeah.
He's really looking to take it to the next level of classroom and on the field. This is a student athlete here at Curtis High School, class of 2021, Caleb Kwalalon. Do keep an eye out for him. He's not done, but he's happy to be a part of a school like Curtis, the coaching staff, and really to be helpful to his teammates. And so, again, Caleb, thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you.
This has been Caleb Kwalalon from Curtis High School here in the state of Washington. I'm Kevin Menton with Outside the Games. We thank you for watching.